to introduce one of our new members, John Thomas. He's not a new Rotarian, but he's a relatively new member of our club. He's going to introduce our guest.
We have a guest of Norma Friedman, Adam Oyster. Would you like to stand? Welcome, Adam. We have a couple of visiting voter rats. We have Kira Mark and Rohit Seejan. Got it? Welcome to the meeting. Thank you.
Keeping up with our amazing lineup of speakers on some very relevant topics, I'm really happy to introduce Guy Crozier. He's a realtor and has been for a long time, but he's also the president of the real estate board. He entered the real estate industry at age 30 and has been involved in organized real estate for the past 10 years in the area of professional standards. Favorite community involvement has been as trustee of the Maritime Museum of BC and director of the Victoria Amateur Basketball Association.
I want to thank you for the opportunity to come and share a few thoughts with you today. I wasn't given a lot of direction, so I think that's actually given me a lot of freedom. So thank you for that. You've asked me for about 20 minutes. I did write this down and practiced it a couple of times, but both times my wife fell asleep. So I'm not sure exactly how long it's going to play out for. It's funny, we as realtors kind of measure our longevity by our pictures. So we have these pictures taken every 2 to 3 years to help promote us and make us look, we have them brushed up and lightened up and we have them stretched to make us look skinny, and then at the end we use one that we actually took 10 or 15 years ago. I have a confession to make. I've never been to a Rotary lunch before. This is my first one, so I wasn't really sure what to expect. I kind of told Allie when I walked in, I thought, it'd be like, maybe 10 or 15 people sitting around a table having lunch, and I would get to share a few thoughts, and I walk in and there's close to 100 people, and it became very intimidating very quickly, and I wasn't sure what Rotarians really do. I'm not sure if you had a secret handshake or you had secret chants that you would kind of perform, but I can tell you if I knew that every session started with at least two songs, I probably would have joined many years ago because I love to sing. We are realtors. That designation is given to us. The realtor designation is owned by the National Association of Realtors, and it's something that they own. They share with us in the Canadian Real Estate Board, and by affiliation, all the licensed realtors that belong to real estate boards here locally and across Canada are realtors. The industry, organized-wise, has been in Victoria for about 100 years. This is one of my favorites. It's a real estate weekly journal. If you look at the top, you can see it's from May 11th, 1912. So what I thought I'd share today is maybe how the real estate market's changed over your lifetime and my lifetime versus over the last 100 years. This is an average price graph of what's happened in Victoria for about the last 40 years, 45 years, going back to 1967. So when I look at this graph, if you go to the next slide, what I see in this, what's happened in Victoria since 1967, there's been 3 really nice growth spurts. You can see one was 1974 to 1981, one was 1986-87 to 1994, and one was in 2001 to 2008, and that's part of 2009. That's probably the one most of us remember. Each one of these growth periods was followed by a peak. So you can see 3 peaks, 1981, 1994, and 2010. Each one of these peaks was followed by, you're getting really good at this, a correction. So every year the market corrects. Sometimes it takes, I would say that the correction, this last correction has taken a little longer. It hasn't been just a 1-year correction, it's been a 2 or 3 year correction. So, and you can see that both markets, or all 3 markets, corrected. This is really the supply side of this. Is how our cycle works annually. This is a 2-year slide. You can see we peaked out in 2013 with an inventory of about 4,900 homes. This past year we peaked out at 47, and that's really good news for Victoria. That means our market's starting to stabilize. Our inventory is actually dropping, which kind of stops the correction and will start, keeps our market in a balanced, flat market. This is really a graph of how sales are affected annually in Victoria. You can see we start low, kind of head up in the spring, we drop a bit in the summer, we kind of stay even until about September, October, then we fall off. This graph never changes as far as its shape, but it does change as far as its volume. People from all across Canada, they may cycle through here at university, they may cycle through here when they're in the Navy, they might cycle through here at a provincial job, they might have been fishing, they may have come on their honeymoon cruise 40 years ago, but those are the type of people that see our city and eventually want to live here. It shows you how people move in and out of British Columbia, and even more so to Victoria. But if you see Alberta, BC, there's almost an equal amount of people coming and going. I think a lot of our young people go there for jobs. A lot of the people that have significant investments and want to come and have a better lifestyle come to our province. You can see that. But the big one is Ontario and British Columbia. We get a tremendous amount of pressure on our market from people in Ontario. As long as Canadians see this, and they see the next one, and they wake up and see the next one, or when they try to go to work, they experience this. And as long as they know in Victoria, there's a good chance of them seeing this. I think your real estate investment's always good in Victoria. So thank you for the opportunity to come and speak. If you have any questions,
Thank you very much, Guy. We really appreciate it. So now I would like to introduce one of our new members, and he is going to give us, well, I'm calling it a vocational talk just because I don't know what else to call it, but Yusuf Borcic is going to tell us a little bit more about himself.
Thanks, President Ali. Good afternoon, fellow Rotarians. As some of you know, that I just joined Rotary in November of last year, and instead of doing a vocational talk, I would say just want to talk about myself, who I am, get to know me a little bit more. I want to go actually a little bit back in time, then coming down here to Victoria. My last name is Borcic. I'm not from Russia or Eastern Europe, as some might know. Might think that that's the name sounds Russian. I'm originally from Morocco. It's a North African country. I came here to do to pursue my education. Did my master's degree in Vancouver Island University. I had the choice either Canada, UK, or USA. I did some research, and the choice was Canada. I was gonna go to McGill University. I was accepted and ready to go there. And it's the normal choice for us Moroccans to go to Quebec because of the language that we share. We speak French as pretty much the first language in Morocco. Anybody who went to school has some knowledge of French, so I was gonna go there. Then I met somebody and said, "Can you handle snow?" I'm like, "No." He said, "It snows a lot in Quebec, so we don't want to be there." After graduation, everybody leaves the island. Pretty much all the students, either international or domestic, they just move. There is nothing to do there. There is no job. I was lucky to find an entry-level position with the HSBC Bank. I was an account manager on the personal side, and worked my way up. After 5 years, I'm a senior international relationship manager now with the same bank.
So I'd like to invite Larry Rittenhouse to the podium, or do you want me to bring you the mic over there?
Oh, that's fine, Madam President. Thank you very much. February 21st is your next surprise dinner. We need to close off next Thursday. So tie a finger around your string or something like that, and remind your wife, see if you want to come. Let Peter Norman or myself know.
Some paperwork on each of the tables, and we're going to be entering a Rotary Club of Victoria team in the TC 10K. I think we're going to put together a Rotary walking group, which will be fellowship, healthy, and get you ready for the big TC 10K. We have a new director of recognition today. I'd like to welcome Mickey Fleming.
Had the pleasure of being greeter. Joan Toon and I were there, and Joan did a great job of helping people with their badges and everything, but I'm going to have to ask Joan for $1 because she put Bud's badge on upside down. Janet had the best pun of the day. She came in and she saw Joan and Terry and said, "Boy, you guys are in tune." And the Dan Parker Award today goes to Holly. Thank you very much for coming today, but it is $1 for you. And I'll wrap up today with $1, please, for anyone without a pin or a badge.
February 23rd, Monday I believe it is, will be Polio Light Up. It's the Rotary International anniversary, 100+ anniversary for World Polio.
President Ali, guest and fellow Rotarian, Sarah Greeley had a baby 6.5 pounds by cesarean, both mother and daughter extremely well.